busy with the Batiste. What do you think?
He's got it.
Superman punch.
Oh, my.
His head says, nah,
Nothing.
that ain't working.
Boy.
He's got Lust out. I'm looking for a Welcome everybody to NAAFS Cage Fighting. I'm Steve Hyman along with my good friend Greg Kalikas, and this is Rock and Rumble. Tonight, Greg, we got big music, big fights, and the best fans in the sport right here in downtown Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, this is going to be one of our biggest shows of the year, and you guys are going to see just why tonight. Steve mentioned we've got the musical talent here in full force, but the fights, of course, are what this show is all about. Stay tuned.
Coming up, NAAFS Cage Fighting, Rock and Rumble. Welcome back, everybody, to Rock and Rumble here at NAAFS Cage Fighting. Coming up, featherweight pros. Billy Vaughn going up against Ryan Lang. Let's go up and make it happen with Jake.
The following contest is in the NAAFS Pro Series featherweight division, and it is brought to you by MMAfit.com and Hexlink.com. Introducing first, making his way down the aisle into the red corner, please welcome Billy Vaughn!
Greg Billy Vaughn, 7-5, Buckeye MMA, heavy-handed, swings for the fences, likes to stand, but will go to the ground. Fantastic wrestler, and look for a heel hook in his fight. 4 out of 7 of his wins come by that very technique, which is something you don't see a lot.
Yeah, Billy Vaughn,
cage.
You're right. And his record's a little deceiving, 7-5, but he did not have any amateur experience, so he's really been learning on the run. And I'll tell you what, this is
That's a very good point.
He's an explosive wrestler, very aggressive kid, and this guy comes out like a ball of fire.
Well, this record, as we've stated similar times in the past, is deceiving.
Very deceiving.
Tough fight. I mean, was putting it to Dan Swift. Dan hit him with a guillotine and pulled it out, I believe, in a second. That's an example of, just one of his losses. But Billy Vaughn, make no doubt about it, is a tough dude.
Yeah, at one point he was considered one of the top up-and-coming prospects in this weight class, so he's looking to get back that status here with the big win tonight.
And his opponent, making his way down the aisle to the blue corner, please welcome Ryan Lang!
Greg Lang coming in, nothing wrong with his record, undefeated, 4-0, Team Hickson Gracie, wrestled at St. Ed's in Cleveland, which is a statement. He's won some big grappling tournaments, expect very good BJJ out of this guy. 3 of his 4 wins are by submission, 2 with rear naked choke, 1 by triangle. And interestingly enough, 4 of Vaughn's 5 losses come by choke. This is something I'm sure Ryan Lang is looking at closely.
Yeah, let's look at the tail of the tape, courtesy of Tim Lally Chevrolet for this featherweight battle. Billy Vaughn out of Columbus, Ohio, 5'6" tall, weighed in at 145 pounds with a reach of 64 inches. Ryan Lang fighting out of Los Angeles, California, 5'8" tall, weighed in at 145 pounds with a 69-inch reach. And you mentioned Hickson Gracie, wrestled, I believe, at Northwestern, St. Ed's here locally in Northeast Ohio. And fans around here know how big that's quite a statement.
Oh, yeah. I mean, enough said. You say St. Ed's, you say any wrestling program here in Northeastern Ohio, much less St. Ed's, and you've made a statement.
The following contest is in the NAAFS Pro Series featherweight division, and it is brought to you by MMAfit.com and Hexlink.com. Introducing first in the red corner, he fights out of Columbus, Ohio. He weighed in at 145 pounds, representing Buckeye MMA with an MMA record, 7 wins, 5 losses. Please welcome Billy Vaughn! His opponent in the blue corner, he fights out of Los Angeles, California, by way of North Royalton, Ohio. He weighed in at 145 pounds, representing Team Hickson Gracie with an MMA record, 4 wins, 0 losses. Please welcome Ryan Lang! This bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, and when the action begins, your referee is Mr. Rick Bike.
Ryan Lang with a big crowd here tonight, man.
Yeah, he's quite the popular fighter, man. But I'll tell you what, he reminds me of Kevin Zalak. Just calm, relaxed, almost looks asleep in there.
Here we go, round one for fans at home. Ryan Lang in the black trunks. Billy Vaughn in the white. Billy Vaughn getting busy right out of the rip. Ryan Lang presses in.
That's got to be a confidence builder early on for Billy Vaughn. Being able to stuff that takedown.
Billy Vaughn, perhaps wisely, staying away from him and the ground. Lang looking for a guillotine.
Well, there was little doubt what Ryan Lang is, his game plan is. It never changes.
Billy Vaughn takes it down. Billy Vaughn looking for a guillotine, and it is deep, deep. Billy Vaughn hanging on. You got to watch.
And he taps it.
Oh, goodness gracious. Taps out Rickson Gracie student all the way from California.
Wow,
Billy Vaughn,
what a
everybody.
huge win.
Billy Vaughn with a big win via guillotine. Wow.
And this place is silent.
Dead silent.
Wow. And that shows you, I mean, the strength of Billy Vaughn should not be...
I was a little concerned about him burning those arms out if he didn't get it. And he did, man. He wrapped tight and sunk it. Big win for Billy Vaughn.
Huge, huge win for Billy Vaughn. That's an understatement. I mean, Ryan Lang is supposed to be...
Man, oh man. I mean, you're looking at an undefeated Rickson Gracie student coming into this cage, and Billy Vaughn beat him at his own game.
Impressive. Wow. Wow. Let's send it up to Jake, make this one official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner at 45 seconds of the first round by guillotine choke submission, Billy Vaughn!
Stand here with the winner, Billy Vaughn. Now 8-5 Buckeye MMA. How about that for a big win, man?
It feels good. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Muscle Factory, Complete Nutrition, Buckeye MMA. You guys are awesome. My family, my dad, my grandma, everybody. Thank you.
We got a Rickson Gracie fighter coming in here, undefeated, 4-0. Beat him at his own game. You sunk that guillotine tight, deep, and didn't let go. Anything else you want to say?
I'm coming down to 135. That's what I want. I want to be the world's best at 135. Who's next?
We can't wait to see it. Billy Vaughn, everybody, give it up. Coming right back, Rock and Rumble here at NAAFS Cage Fighting. Welcome back, everybody, to NAAFS Cage Fighting. It is Rock and Rumble, downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, heavyweight pros. The Pain Train, Jeremy Holm, going up against Stipe Miocic.
The following contest is in the NAAFS Pro Series Heavyweight Division, and it is brought to you by the Clevelander Bar and Grill, official after-party home of the 4th Annual Rock and Rumble and Eve of Destruction, Ohio's first ever all-female MMA event. Introducing first, making his way down the aisle into the red corner, please welcome Jeremy the Pain Train Holm.
And Greg, Jeremy the Pain Train, 9-0, undefeated Team Rec. This guy is considered the Stipe Miocic of the Carolinas. His record is also very similar to Stipe's. 6 of his 9 wins by TKO or strikes, and of those 5 stopped in the first round.
Yeah, we've
very,
heard
very similar records, and this is a big dude you're going to see stepping into this cage.
Yeah, large individual, and you said it, he's supposed to be one of the premier prospects down in the southern part of the country, matching up against one of the premier heavyweight prospects of the Midwest in Stipe Miocic. And we've heard great things about him. Happy to finally have him in the cage, but we did not make it easy for him tonight here.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Stipe Miocic, bad to the bone, man. I don't care who he's looking at.
Yeah, in my opinion, he's the best heavyweight prospect in all of MMA. And some of you listening might say, well, that's quite a statement, but I'm telling you, you've seen this guy as much as we have.
Yeah, I mean, that's no exaggeration.
And Jeremy Holm, I mean, obviously he gets a big win over a guy like Stipe. That's going to propel him to greater heights. And for an undefeated fighter, That's hard to do.
Well, Jeremy Holm coming in there tonight to a crowd with some serious animosity toward him, as you're going to find out very, very shortly. But this is a big dude coming in here, make no doubt about it.
But I'm real curious to see how he attacks Stipe. If he's going to try to keep it standing, try to take it to the ground. That's the question for me, because as we know, Stipe is very well-rounded.
All athlete, man.
Yes, he is.
And his opponent making his way down the aisle into the blue corner. Please welcome Stipe Miocic!
Well, Greg, Stipe coming in, also undefeated. 7-0, strong style fight team, played baseball and wrestled in college. Great wrestler, made his pro debut in February this year against Corey Mullins, won with a 17-second knockout in the first. Prior MMA fight before that was June of 08. Took some time off to do some boxing. In other words, he took some time off to beat some people up with his hands.
Let's look at the Tim Lally Chevrolet tail of the tape for this professional heavyweight clash. Jeremy Holm out of Gastonia, North Carolina, 6'6", 254 with a 79-inch reach. Stipe Miocic out of nearby Independence, Ohio, 6'4" tall, 238 pounds, and a 79.5-inch reach. So giving up some weight, but the reach about the same.
Yeah, this is going to be a great fight. You know, I wanted to go ahead and continue to say of Stipe's fights, 6 of his 7 wins are TKO stoppage in the first.
Yeah, this guy.
And this guy's for real, man.
He is for real.
When you say he is the top up-and-coming prospect, you're not joking.
Contest is in the NAAFS Pro Series Heavyweight Division, and it is brought to you by the Clevelander Bar and Grill, official after-party home of the 4th annual Rock and Rumble and Eve of Destruction, Ohio's first ever all-female MMA event. Introducing first in the red corner, he fights out of Gastonia, North Carolina. He weighed in at 259 pounds, representing Team Rec, with an MMA record, 9 wins, 0 losses. Please welcome Jeremy the Pain Train Holm. His opponent in the blue corner, he fights out of Independence, Ohio. He weighed in at 238 pounds, representing Strong Style Fight Team, with an MMA record, 7 wins, 0 losses. Please welcome Stipe Miocic! This bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, and when the action begins, your referee is Mr. Rick Fike.
Rick Fike, large and in charge, got a good referee up there, and we're going to need it. Got 2 big boys going to bang here in about 2 seconds.
No doubt, this is going to be, I have a feeling, very fast-paced here.
Yeah, both these guys are known to finish quick, as we've stated, so don't blink at home. Stipe in the checkered shorts. Jeremy Holm in the black board shorts. Stipe taking center stage and controlling the cage. Nice cut kick by Stipe. Just kind of feeling out his opponent right now.
And Stipe, although just a tremendous D1 college wrestler, has really become known for his hands.
Nice leg kick by Stipe. Kind of in and out here early on in the fight. Yeah, you're right, Greg. He's a great wrestler, and his hands are phenomenal, as you just saw right there with that 3-piece.
Well, he's been training with Ray Austin, former, or actually current top-ranked heavyweight, just fought Vitaly Klitschko, or one of the Klitschko brothers, I should say. And Stipe's been holding his own with Ray Austin. One of the
That's
top,
unbelievable.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, he is putting the leg kicks on Jeremy Holm. He's setting him up with a jab perfectly. There's another jab that got in. You know, Greg, you mentioned that these guys both have the same reach, but right now, Stipe is outreaching Jeremy Holm. And he's moving well.
Yeah, he usually does. I mean, very fluid.
Taking his time, showing Jeremy the respect he deserves, but oh man, there it was. It is over. Over. Unbelievable. Stipe Miocic does it again in the first round here at Rock and Rumble.
Yeah, this guy, folks, if you haven't yet heard about Stipe Miocic, consider this your wake-up call.
And Jeremy Holm is out.
I've said it before, this guy will be the UFC heavyweight champion at some point down the road.
I don't think there's much doubt, man.
Mark my words. You're seeing a future superstar in
Jeremy
the making.
Holm is still out from that big right.
Goodness.
Knockout in the first for Stipe Miocic. And this crowd is nuts.
Well, they know they're watching something special here with this guy. Just, wow.
Well, you've said it before, Greg. That's the word, special, man. Stipe Miocic is all that.
I mean, this is a 9-0 fighter he just did that against. And granted, we've got some people that say, well, you know, Jeremy Holm, never really heard about him. But you know what? This guy's 9-0. And we offered the fight to some very big-name, experienced pros that passed on it. That tells you what kind of fear Stipe strikes in the heart of these guys.
I'm telling you, Jeremy Holm is still not with us. I mean, he's still wobbly. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well, let's make it official and send it up to Jake Digman.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner at 1 minute and 36 seconds of the first round by knockout, Stipe Miocic!
I'm standing here with the winner. 8-0, Stipe Miocic. Man, oh man, brother. Another win in the first round, and that was probably one of the most decisive I've seen. I've seen some decisive wins in your career, but that was rough. Anything you want to say about this fight?
No, man, just I love training. I fight every month or every week if I had to, but, I want to get better, so that's why I train. But, I just train hard, man. I love doing this stuff. It's fun.
We got a great team. You're up there with Strong Style, Marcus and crew. Got a great sponsor with John Lennon. I mean, you are going places. Anything else you want to say here tonight?
Yeah, it's the fans, thank you. Everyone that came. Heck yeah, that's what we do it. I want to say thanks to my sponsors, Stress Clothing, Mike Delguide with Sweat 24/7, John Lennon, of course, Coach Morgan with Enhanced Fitness and Block by Block Physique. I want to thank my coach, Marcus Marinelli, wherever he went, and then Coach Pablo, and Coach Leo, and Coach Delguide, and Cal, and all guys at Strong Style. That's it. I'm done talking.
Well, Greg Kalika said it earlier. I'm going to say it again. This is a guy right here to keep your eyes on, ladies and gentlemen. Stipe Miocic, give it up. Welcome back, everybody, to Rock and Rumble right here at NAAFS Cage Fighting. Coming up, we got lightweight professionals. Terry Blackwell going up against Frank the Tank Carabello. Let's go up to Jake in the cage.
The following contest is in the NAAFS Pro Series lightweight division, and it is brought to you by Ustream.tv and Dillard's Department Stores. Introducing first, making his way down the aisle into the red corner, please welcome Terry Blackwell.
Well, Greg, Terry Blackwell coming in 5-0, undefeated out of Instigator Fight Team. And you might as well disregard the record, man. This guy's been training in the gym with his dad, Rick, since he could crawl. Taekwondo background, black belt, solid judo. Watch for the hip tosses tonight. Good wrestling, trained in boxing for years with none other than Lorenzo Scott. Very, very good jiu-jitsu. Holshin Soul again under his dad. just opened a new gym with his dad, his brother, his mom on the front desk down in Canton. If you're down there, check it out. This guy is a very, very good friend of mine, somebody I have the utmost respect for. And this is another guy you want to keep your eye on right here.
Very well said, and I feel the same way. I've known Terry and his father, Mr. Blackwell, since I was a little kid, man, and I've always had respect for the way these guys just handle themselves, handle their business, and absolutely as martial artists too. Terry is, without a doubt, one of the most talented fighters that we've got in the NAAFS, and I've been waiting for this fight since we put this card together.
I'll tell you, Terry is coming in here tonight big.
Yeah, he looks good, real good.
And his opponent making his way down the aisle to the blue corner, please welcome Frank the Tank Caraballo!
Greg Carabello, another tough guy, a lot of class, 12-5 coming in out of Fearless Fight Team. That's his new gym, well-rounded, powerful striker. Considered by some to have some of the best hands in the NAAFS. Much improved BJJ. 7 wins by submission, including an armbar over Nick Sword. 5 by strikes, including a 13-second TKO against Ben Pettit. Was with Strong Style, now has his own gym.
Let's look at the tail of the tape, courtesy of Tim Lally Chevrolet. Terry Blackwell out of Canton, Ohio, 5'9" tall, 155 the weight with a reach of 68 inches. Frank the Tank Carabello out of Cleveland, Ohio, 5'7" tall, 155.5 the weight, and a reach of 71 inches for the former NAAFS lightweight champion. And again, I cannot tell you how excited I am for this matchup. Two of my favorite fighters going at it. And as a matchmaker, man, this is one of those dream fights that, sometimes you never think you're going to make it happen, and this was one I feel fortunate to have gotten together.
Well done, man. I mean, really.
The following contest is in the NAAFS Pro Series lightweight division, and it is brought to you by Ustream.tv and Dillard's Department Stores. Introducing first in the red corner, he fights out of Canton, Ohio. He weighed in at 155 pounds, representing Instigator Fight Team with an MMA record, 5 wins, 0 losses. Please welcome Terry Blackwell! His opponent in the blue corner, he fights out of Cleveland, Ohio. He weighed in at 155.5 pounds, representing Fearless Fight Team with an MMA record, 12 wins, 5 losses. He is the former interim Pro Series lightweight champion and the winner of the 2008 NAAFS Knockout of the Year. Please welcome Frank the Tank Caraballo! This bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, and when the action begins, your referee is Mr. Jerry Chris.
And Greg, it should be noted that Frank the Tank's coming off a couple tough losses, and Terry Blackwell hasn't fought in years, literally, not months, years.
It's been about 3 years, and he's been working on a lot of stuff. Obviously, with the new gym, the transition into the bigger place, and like you said, Frank needs this one, so that's what makes this one even more intriguing here.
Blackwell, for those that don't know, is actually fighting lightweight. Started off some years ago as a heavyweight, was weighing 300 pounds, 280 pounds. So Terry Blackwell is a phenom.
He is.
He's worked very hard with Aaron Bartow down in the Canton area. Aaron's done a great job with his conditioning, and Terry looks good.
Yeah,
as does Frank.
He's put together, man.
Works on a double jab.
And you're going to see 2 very technical strikers here. You're going to see some very good strategy, very good technique. I mean, these are cream of the crop guys here in this division in the NAAFS.
And I'll tell you, if Terry Blackwell gets a hold of you, you could very well end up with your feet in the air and your head spiked, because his judo is for real, man. I watched him toss Jeremy Joels, tough fighter, and put him on his head.
I remember that fight a couple years back.
Jeremy got up rather quickly, but I tell you, it was one of the prettiest hip tosses I've seen in MMA.
And Joels is no joke either.
No, he's not. Frank the Tank catches a kick.
And a lot of pressure on these guys. I mean, both of them have their own gyms.
You're right, a lot of pressure on both. Nice combination by Frank the Tank. And I tell you, man, both these guys are just class acts. I mean, both are good dudes, both family guys. Terry, as stated, has had an injury, bad injury, and also has had a couple children with Patty here in the past few years. Frank the Tank, also a family man, kids. Both these guys just good dudes. I think Terry would be advised to stay out of that slugging match. Use his reach, use his speed. Terry, old school point fighter as well as some of these other fighters here in this organization, and very accurate with his hands, man.
Well, and as a pro, I think he's going to be so much more dangerous than he was as an amateur because he can use a lot of those traditional martial arts tools. Yes.
Yep. Little welt on the left leg of Frank the Tank. Little welt on the inside of the left leg of Terry Blackwell. Terry clinches. It's up against the cage. Frank throws a three-piece together. Nothing really got in. You can see a little bit of difference here, styles. Terry's a little more movement. Frank's a little more planted. Frank working that inside cut kick, as Terry expected.
This is another one of those fights where you really hate to see one of them lose.
There's good sportsmanship on the part of Frank Carabello. He kind of cut Terry with the knee, and instead of teeing off on him, immediately stopped, shut down. Doesn't want to win a fight like that.
Right. And you mentioned it, two of the classiest fighters that we have in the series.
Really, really good dudes. And I mean, anybody that fights at this level, they don't want to win like that, man. He could have teed off and probably hit Terry, and his hands were down, chose not to. That shows you the character of Frank Carabello. And Greg, you said it, man. There's a lot on the line right here for both these fighters.
Yeah, with Blackwell, starting off his pro career with this fight, and Carabello coming off some very close losses, and he needs this win. Make no mistake about it. And you can tell he's fighting with a sense of urgency here early on.
Yeah, and this is a heck of a pro debut, man. I mean, how many people jump in there with the likes of Frank Carabello, ex-former NAAFS champ, for a pro debut?
Well, and you know how we do things here, Steve. I mean, we don't force these guys to fight anybody, that they're not comfortable with. So we'll give them the opportunity. If they want to pass on the fight, and a lot of guys would have passed on Carabello for their pro debut, but not Blackwell.
No way.
And of course, for Frank, it's a great opportunity to fight one of the most well-respected and well-known fighters in the area. Even with this time out of the cage, people still know how dangerous Blackwell is, and you're seeing it right there.
And there's the punch off the kick that Terry was waiting to see. Frank kicks out. This is where Terry wants to be, man. He wanted to lock on. He wanted to lock horns. He wanted to get in there tight. Right now, he's looking for a choke. If he can get that arm up over the back, that right arm up over the back of Carabello, could be bad news for Frank. Terry can run some knees right now also.
Well, and that's the one aspect in the fight where I thought if there was an advantage for one fighter or the other, it would have been Blackwell in the clinch and on the ground. And we'll see if he can get it that far.
Yeah, I don't want to see Terry burn his arms out right now hanging over this choke. It'd be a good time to throw some knees.
And obviously you can tell he's been in great shape, has been training, but there's nothing that can prepare you for fighting in the cage other than fighting in the cage. And no matter what, he's been out for 3 years. That's got to be a factor here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't care how hard you train. There's going to be a certain amount of ring rust coming into a big show like this. This is a big event. And there's the knees.
Good first round.
I think the end of that round might have secured it for Terry Blackwell.
I have to agree. That was a very close round until the end, and Terry got that clinch, ran some knees, and I think scored points.
Frank Carabello is very powerful, so I look for Terry Blackwell to either keep it out on the outside, move, stick and move, or to get in there tight like he just did.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more.
Smart strategy, smart play. Good sportsmanship.
3 5-minute rounds here in the Pro Series lightweight division as we start round number 2. Blackwell still very light on his feet.
Yeah, the inside of Terry's lead leg is showing some marks.
And hey, Carabello's got a pretty good ground game. I mean, he's known for his hands, but he's submitted a lot of fighters.
Yeah, he has.
Although I don't think he's going to look to take it to the ground, but you never know.
Terry on the outside, where I think he should be. And I look for him to take it. If Frank rushes and tries to push things, I look for Terry to possibly change levels, take this down. Great fight thus far. As expected. Frank, you can see him stepping in. Terry's going to just kind of pull back, draw him forward.
Well, and obviously we were excited about this fight, but the NAAFS fan poll, a lot of the fans wanted to see this one as well. And there's some great fights on this card, but this is, you know, one that everybody was excited about. Now you're seeing why.
Terry got caught. It's the second time Frank caught that body kick, and effectively.
Blackwell's just got very solid defense, too. It's very hard to get a clean shot on him.
I mean, Blackwell for 55 looks like a monster up there. I would guess him to be 70, 75 right now as he's fighting.
Yeah, that's probably right on.
Looks like a monster, man.
Yeah, this could be the best I've seen him look physically, but Carabello, like you said, I mean, he comes in ready to fight at in prime shape as well. So these guys, two finely tuned athletes here.
A head kick got in from Blackwell. Knee kick looked to touch him.
Sorry, Steve. This is a tough fight to score so far.
It really, really is. Like I say, if it weren't for Terry finishing so strongly in the last round, the first round, I had it even up to that point. I think Terry stole it at the end. And again, here we are in the second. Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, very even. Carabello looks to be a little more aggressive here.
He's definitely more aggressive, but I don't know that any of them are landing or doing any damage at all. Nice leg kick by Terry.
And those are definitely scoring points. Every time Blackwell throws those, Carabello's absorbing them.
Terry looking for the counter with that left. Another lead kick by Frank. And those are getting in, as you can see. The lead leg of Terry Blackwell starting to turn red. Both these fighters showing a lot of respect for one another, somewhat cautious. Nobody's just barging in.
Carabello looks like he's getting a little frustrated, maybe, dropping those hands. And
Terry very disciplined, sticking to the game plan.
I was just going to say that. That could be part of the game plan for Blackwell.
Terry looking for that body kick again. You got to be careful that Carabello doesn't grab that foot as he has twice. Terry, as you notice, starting to step forward a little bit, starting to push things here toward the end of the second. And there's a takedown attempt.
And again, Blackwell looking to possibly steal the round here at the end.
Spinning back this by Frank, blocked by Terry. 10 seconds left in the second. Interesting second.
Very interesting. Again, very hard round to score.
I got that round dead even. I don't know how else to score it. I don't know what you would say. I would say, Frank, if you're going to score it on aggression, I would give it to Frank. If you're going to score it on probably contact, you might give it to Terry. It's very, very close. Tough round.
It is very tough.
I would not want to be a judge right now.
Yeah, I mean, this fight's probably even here going into the third round. At least these guys are going to think that way, and you know, this fight's up for grabs. It's there for somebody to take.
Both these fighters still looking fresh. Third and final. Here we go. This lightweight professional matchup. Terry Blackwell in the yellow trunks. Frank Carabello in the black bad boys.
Oh, good left hand there.
Yeah, that one got in. Nice leg kick.
Well, let's see if one of these guys is going to step up here and try to...
I think somebody's going to have to take a chance somewhere here in this third round. You do not want this kind of fight to go to the judges, man.
Yeah,
it's just nothing more frustrating than that for everybody.
Yeah, this fight really could go either way right now.
Low kick. Carabello steps back. Carabello taking a little bit of a chance there with a big right. Both these fighters very, very disciplined.
There's just a lot of respect right now being shown.
Yeah, somebody's gonna have to take a chance. I think Terry might almost want to change levels and hit a takedown right now, man. Might steal this round.
Yeah, I'm surprised at this point in the fight that we haven't seen a little bit more of that. And you mentioned Terry's judo and jiu-jitsu background. I mean, he's a
judo,
stud.
jiu-jitsu, and wrestling are phenomenal. There you go. He tied up.
Right on cue.
Right against the cage. Had that underhook, but these guys are slippery right now.
Well, we've seen in the past, Carabello's not the easiest guy to take down either.
No, he's not. This is a close fight, man. I mean, somebody has got to do something. I think the first person to make something happen right here in this third wins the fight.
I completely agree.
And I think the crowd knows it as well.
And you can hear the Carabello fans getting behind him. Not the fireworks that we were expecting, but sometimes you got guys that are...
they're fighting a cautious fight. Again, somebody's got to turn it loose. Good combination. Nice movement by Carabello getting out of there. There's a jab. That one connected. I think a takedown from either fighter would win this fight. Nice three-piece.
And we'll see. Blackwell throwing those leg kicks if they carry the weight that some of these judges tend to score those leg kicks with.
And then you got Terry scoring with the leg kicks. You got Frank stepping in, showing aggression.
Yep.
So 10 seconds left. We're going to find out. Superman punch by Frank. Kick and a miss. Good fight. Very, very close fight. Close fight. Carabello up on the cage, giving it the high sign. We will see.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. Let's see how the judges see this one as we watch some action from round number 3. And that could very well be one of our production guys said, hey, this might end up being a draw, and you never know.
Wally might have called it. That'd be a good call, actually.
Yeah, it's hard to really lean one way or another. I mean, this was a very close fight. And a fairly important decision, as we mentioned earlier in the fight. This is a lot riding for both these guys right here. Let's send it up to Jake. Looks like we've gotten a decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for both of these NAAFS professional lightweight warriors. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards, where all 3 judges have scored this bout 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Frank the Tank Caraballo!
Frank the Tank moving up to 13-5. Tough fight, man. I mean, that was neck and neck from start to finish. Obviously, a lot of respect for your opponent up there. Mutual respect between both of you guys. Let's talk about the fight, and let's talk about your new gym.
I wanted to keep the fight standing, work my boxing, because I know he's a ground guy. So I worked my game plan perfectly. And I want to thank everybody from my gym who helped me out. Marv, Joe, Mawel, Ed, Bill, everyone else. I'm forgetting my dad. I want to thank my parents. Happy birthday to my brother. I love you to my wife and my kids.
Let's have a shout for the gym. What's the name of it?
Fearless Fight Team.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio, West 132nd.
Check it out, everybody. Frank Caraballo, give it up. Nice job. We're wrapping up here tonight in NAAFS and Rock and Rumble. Greg, I got to tell you, it has lived up to everything and all expectations. Great fights from start to finish, fantastic music, and as always, the best crowd in the sport. Our fans are absolutely the best. I had a blast here tonight, man. I'm so happy to be here with you guys.
Well, as I am happy to be here with you tonight, man. Always a privilege sharing the mic with you, bro. And yeah, the fans were great. The weather held off for us. One of our favorite venues to be. And of course, outstanding fights. We hope you guys enjoyed it at home.
For Steve Hyndman, Greg Kalikas, and the entire staff here at NAAFS, thanks for joining us here at Rock and Rumble. We'll see you soon. Batiste, what do you think?
He's got it.
Superman punch. Oh!